Kroy Biermann physically blocks Kim Zolciak move, cops called. RHOA alum Kroy Biermann physically blocked his estranged wife, Kim Zolciak, from moving. Therefore, the police were called once again to their Georgia mansion. The cops have told Kim that she needs to stop calling them with every divorce issue she has. Yet it has happened again, but what exactly transpired? Keep reading for further details. Kroy Biermann physically blocks Kim Zolciak's move. It's very sad for Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann, as they were once very much in love. When Kim laid her eyes on Kroy, she knew that she had to get to know him and see what he was all about. Their courtship played out on RHOA, and eventually they landed their own spin-off, Don't Be Tardy. He adopted her two oldest daughters, Ariana and Brielle, from a previous relationship. They then went on to have 4 more children and seemed incredibly happy. So it was a shock when they filed for divorce in early 2023. Admittedly, Kim and Kroy were struggling financially. Their Georgia mansion had faced foreclosure starting in 2022. They saved it and were able to do so again in 2023. Kim also owed around $1 million to the IRS and had a mountain of debts. When they filed for divorce, they threw a lot of allegations at each other, tried to reconcile, but it did not last. The police were called quite frequently to the home and were just called during a dispute between the estranged couple. They asked Kim to stop calling when it was not an emergency, but now the police are back in action. According to TMZ, Kim Zolciak was trying to leave with her moving truck, but Kroy was blocking the way. On Sunday, December 15th, a truck was at the Georgia home to get the remaining items. However, that became a struggle when Kim was unable to exit her driveway. Fortunately, they got smart and called the non-emergency line this time. Upon arrival, Kroy moved his car and Kim was able to leave. Status of the home: Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann's Georgia mansion was set for auction in early December. Yet nothing happened, but an Atlanta newspaper claimed that they were granted another postponement. Truist Bank owns the home and they gave them the chance to sell the home on their own. Kroy claimed he wanted to take less than the selling price, but Kim declined, so he tried to force the sale. Now it is very unclear as to what is really happening and why they are moving everything out. If they still have more time, why not stay through the holidays? At the same time, Kim has a lot of items, so it is probably best to start storing stuff ASAP. The latest chapter in Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann's increasingly tumultuous saga turned physical, spiraling into a shocking incident that left police scrambling to intervene. Once the picture-perfect couple who showcased their lavish lifestyle on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and their spin-off Don't Be Tardy, Kim and Kroy's marriage has been unraveling in a public and painful fashion. But no one expected the drama to escalate to the point where Kroy physically blocked Kim from leaving their home, forcing a desperate call to law enforcement. It all started with another heated argument, one of many that have reportedly plagued the couple's lives over the past year. Financial stress, accusations of infidelity, and bitter disputes over their shared assets have pushed their relationship to the brink. Kim, famous for her extravagant lifestyle and trademark mantra, "Don't be tardy for the party," now finds herself battling for her independence and the chance to start fresh. Sources close to the situation reveal that the confrontation took place at their sprawling Georgia mansion, a home that has been both a symbol of their success and the root of many of their troubles. The property, once a trophy of their high-flying lifestyle, has faced foreclosure threats in recent months, only adding to the mounting tension. It's a house divided in every sense of the word, with Kim and Kroy reportedly occupying separate areas and only crossing paths when absolutely necessary. But on this particular day, avoidance wasn't an option. Kim had finally reached a breaking point, packing a bag with plans to leave the house. Whether it was to clear her head or make a more permanent departure remains unclear, but what is certain is that Kroy wasn't going to let her leave without a fight, literally. Witnesses claim the scene was chaotic, with Kroy reportedly positioning himself in the doorway to physically block Kim's exit. Words were exchanged, voices were raised, and tensions quickly spiraled out of control. It was like watching a train wreck, said a source who requested anonymity. Kim was screaming at him to move, that she needed to get out of there, and Kroy just wouldn't budge. He kept saying he wasn't going to let her leave until they settled this. Settled what? That remains a question lingering on everyone's mind. Whether it was another fight about their crumbling finances or a disagreement over the custody of their 4 children, the tension was palpable, and things escalated to a dangerous level. Fearing the worst, Kim reportedly called 911. The operator's voice likely cut through the chaos as Kim explained the situation in a mix of anger and desperation, her voice shaking. "He won't let me leave," she allegedly said. "I'm scared this is going to get worse." Within minutes, police arrived on the scene. The flashing blue and red lights reflected off the mansion's windows, an eerie contrast to the golden perfection the home once symbolized for Kim and Kroy. Officers separated the two immediately to de-escalate the situation. Kim was led outside to explain her side of the story, while Kroy was questioned inside. According to law enforcement sources, no one was physically harmed in the altercation, but the emotional toll was clear. Officers reportedly advised both parties to take some time apart and cool down, though it's unclear if Kim was able to leave the property as she had originally planned. The couple's children were present at the time of the incident, which only magnifies the heartbreak unfolding within the walls of the Biermann home. The fallout from this confrontation is bound to have lasting consequences. Kim and Kroy have been locked in a bitter divorce battle for months, with each side lobbing accusations at the other. Kim has alleged that Kroy's behavior has become increasingly erratic and controlling, while Kroy claims Kim's excessive spending and mismanagement of their finances have left them teetering on the edge of bankruptcy. "This isn't just about money anymore," a source close to the couple revealed. "There's so much resentment and anger between them that every conversation turns into a fight. They're both hurting and they're both desperate to win, whatever that even means at this point." This latest altercation paints a sobering picture of a marriage that seems beyond repair. What was once a fairy tale romance, played out on reality television for millions to see, has now devolved into a toxic war zone. For fans who watched Kim and Kroy build their life together over the years, from their lavish wedding to the birth of their children, it's a heartbreaking fall from grace. The situation also raises questions about what comes next for both Kim and Kroy. With their financial struggles mounting and their family caught in the crossfire, there seems to be no easy path forward. Legal experts suggest that incidents like these could impact custody arrangements and even sway divorce proceedings in favor of one party. In the aftermath of the incident, neither Kim nor Kroy has publicly commented, though insiders say the drama is far from over. Kim is reportedly leaning on close friends for support, with some suggesting she's already planning her next move. Whether that means seeking temporary housing, pushing for a restraining order, or doubling down on the divorce battle remains to be seen. Kroy, meanwhile, is said to be digging in his heels. Friends of the former NFL player claim he feels trapped and unfairly blamed for their troubles, and that he's determined to fight for his role as a father and provider. He's not going to let Kim paint him as the bad guy here, one source insisted. He's fighting for his family, even if it looks messy from the outside. Messy might be an understatement. The once glossy facade of Kim and Kroy's life has been shattered, exposing the raw and painful reality underneath. While their reality TV days may be behind them, the drama unfolding in real life is more explosive than anything scripted for the cameras. As the sun set on the Biermann home that night, the flashing police lights faded, but the damage lingered. A couple once defined by love and excess now finds themselves at a breaking point, with no clear path toward peace. For Kim and Kroy, the battle is far from over, and the world is watching to see how, or if, they can pick up the pieces.